Namaste. Welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Mother's Day is a very special day when we all celebrate our superheroes. Mothers are the ones who really stand behind and support the family and keep the family together. Very often we take our mothers for granted and we don't take the opportunity to express our love, express our gratitude for them. In this point, I will definitely give maximum marks to the present generation because they go out of their way to express their love and gratitude to their mothers. Maybe in our generation, we didn't do it so much, for which I really feel it shouldn't have been so. We should have expressed it a little more, but now it is too late. I lost my mother at a very young age, and we always felt, yes, Amma is there and she is doing things for us. It never occurred to us that we should go and express our love to her. Of course, definitely, I am sure she never expected it from us either. Mothers are the same all over the world, whether they are human mothers or even mothers of birds or mothers of animals. A mother is a true person who shows her love without expecting anything in return. And I'm sure you will all agree that there is no velvet as soft as a mother's lap, no rose as sweet as a mother's smile, and no path as flowery as the one imprinted by a mother's footsteps. Put it in very simple words, a mother is a person who, when she sees that there are 4 pieces of cake and there are 5 people in the family, she immediately says, "Oh, I don't really like cake very much. All of you have it." And the others think, yes, that she is not fond of cake. That is a mother's heart. In the entire world, the pure, unadulterated love of a mother cannot be seen anywhere else. Yes, nowadays we are all celebrating Mother's Day or Father's Day or so many other ways. But this is not something new. Our Adi Shankara himself, in one of his shlokas to the Almighty Mother, in the Devi Aparadha Kshamapana Stotram, he says, "O Mother, you are so compassionate. Please forgive this son of yours." Because a son might at times not express his gratitude to her or might do something which is not really acceptable. But a mother is always ever ready to forgive her son and accept him for what he is. Total compassion, unselfish, unrelenting sacrifice can be found only in a mother. See, when a child is born, he sticks to his mother's side because the mother is the only recourse for him for all his needs. And right from infancy, more than in adulthood, it is in infancy, in childhood, that this mother-child relationship, this bond is very, very strong. Not only in humans, you can see it in the animal kingdom also. I don't know how many of you have got a chance, because many people are living in cities, but if you have had a chance to witness a cow and a calf, and when the young calf cries out, "Amma," that sound is so beautiful, and it immediately the mother turns around and looks at her calf. That yearning for the mother, and maybe human beings got the inspiration from that and started calling their mother as Amma, the sweetest word in the world. Not only in Tamil is she called Amma. If you look at so many different languages in our country, Telugu, Marathi, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, it all goes around the same word as Ma, Amma. Malayalam it is Ammai, or Ma in Hindi, or in Sanskrit it is Ma or Amba also in Sanskrit. and one begins to feel that maybe even the English word mummy or mom also originated from this amma. As our Paramacharya used to say, the love for our mother is limited to this particular janma or this particular life, the relationship between you and your mother. But there is another relationship which is everlasting, which does not die and which remains always. That is the relationship between you and the Almighty Mother, who takes care of the entire universe, the entire creation. And once we submit ourselves, pour our love and gratitude to that universal mother, then we really will find happiness in every moment of our lives. And let us all remember that whatever strength we have, or whatever small achievements we have made possible, it is not because of our efforts. It is entirely because of her grace, the grace of the Supreme Universal Mother. She takes care of every moment of our lives. Just as a small newborn baby who cannot even mouth the words and say that he is hungry or cold or sleepy, just one look and the mother understands her child's needs. Similarly, the benevolent Universal Mother always understands what her children, that is we, her devotees, need, and she blesses us. And there is no other happiness which we can get than by totally surrendering ourselves at her feet. Yesterday, while I was just thinking about this Mother's Day, my thoughts immediately went to the town of Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. Those who have visited Trichy, as it is also called, must have been quite familiar with this rock fort temple or this Uchi Pillayar Kovil or temple. You cannot miss it, you can see it from wherever you are. And it is a very old temple. There is a Manika Vinayakar at the foot of this Rockfort temple, and right at the top we have this Uchi Pillayar, another Ganesha temple on top. Now there are a number of steps to climb this, and as children we have climbed this any number of times. And as we climb the first maybe around 200 steps approximately, there is a special temple to Lord Shiva, who is known as Thayumanavar Swami temple. The speciality about this temple, I will tell you the story behind it. See, long ago there was a businessman or a trader and his wife who lived close to this temple, and her name was Ratnavati. They lived a happy life and a pious life, and every day Ratnavati would just look towards this temple with folded hands and gratitude and pray to God to bless her. And they lived happily for quite some time, and as years passed, one day Ratnavati conveyed the good news to her husband, saying that she was pregnant, and both of them were really ecstatic. And immediately she turns towards Shiva and says, "Please protect the child in my womb." And the days go on. And 9 months pass, and now the time is nearing for her delivery. And Ratnavati, like any young girl, wants her mother to be with her, to help her and assist her during this period of labor. So Ratnavati, on her husband's advice, sends a message to her mother about her pregnancy and requesting her to come and help her also. Things are going on fine when one night suddenly there is very heavy rain, a downpour and thunder, and Ratnavati's husband is trying to see that their hut is not filled with this water from the rain, and they are just trying to see what to do, when all of a sudden Ratnavati goes into labor pain and she shrieks in pain. Ratnavati's husband now doesn't know what to do. Nobody else is there for him, and he tells her, "You please try to manage a little while. let me go out and see if I can get some other lady to help you. Just hold on for a little while, Ratna. And he goes out. And here Ratnavati is really struggling in pain with her labor and childbirth. She doesn't know what to do. She's praying to God, and at that time she hears a knock on the door, and in walks her mother. She's so happy to see her mother, and she says, Amma, you've come, it's so wonderful. And her mother helps her with the labor. The mother has come with all, Indian mothers, they bring all the required oil for the massage for the mother and for the child, and the different Ayurvedic medicines which they need to feed the woman after her childbirth. With all those preparations, she has come, and she takes care of this Ratnavati's childbirth, and mother and baby are fine. After some time, about an hour or so, Ratnavati's husband comes back. Then she hears the second knock on the door, and when he comes, he is surprised. He comes with another lady who is a midwife, hoping that she will help Ratnavati with her childbirth. And there he is so surprised and happy to see the mother and baby happily taking rest on the cot. And his joy knows no bounds. He says, my God, you have already delivered, and just now I have come with this lady. How was it possible? She says, you know what? Amma had come and she helped me with this childbirth. So everything is fine now, nothing to worry. He says, I'm so sorry, but it was raining so heavily. It took me a long time to reach this lady's house and bring her over here. And he says, where is your mother? He says, she's somewhere around here. She must have just gone out to get something. She will come back. So they are all very happy. Then after a little while, they hear another knock on the door. And Ratnavati's husband opens the door, and he finds Ratnavati's mother, that is his mother-in-law, walking in. And she sees this mother and child, and she says, oh Ratnavati, you have already delivered your child. Oh my God, it is late by the time I came. And she says, Amma, what are you talking? Are you joking? You were here all the time with me, helping me with this childbirth. You have taken so much of loving care of me. You just went out to get some water or something, isn't it? Don't you remember? She says, Ratnavati, I know childbirth can make people a little bit delirious. But what are you saying? I never came. You know, the Kaveri was in spate, and it was so difficult for me to find my way here, and with a lot of trouble I have come. And nobody knows what has happened. And then Ratnavati realizes that it is none other than the Shiva whom she had been praying to every day, asking him to protect her child in the womb. And then Lord Shiva appears on his Rishabha Vahanam and gives darshan to all those present in Ratnavati's house. And with folded hands she prays, O Lord Shiva, who is the father of this entire creation, Tayumanayo. Tai means mother. And she says, did you become a mother also? So that is the compassion of the Supreme Mother, and even Lord Shiva himself comes down in the form of a compassionate mother to help his devotee in distress. Even to this day, please, whenever you get a chance to visit this Tiruchirappalli, walk up the steps and you will see this Tayumanavar Swami's shrine enclosed over there. When you walk the first 150-200 steps over there, the Shiva is also known as Matru Bhuteshwarar, and generally it is a practice that pregnant women and their husbands pray to the Lord for the safe delivery of their child. And once the child has been delivered, they carry a huge a bunch of bananas. I wouldn't call it a bunch, a huge It's called as Thar in Tamil. I am not able to get the correct word in English right now. Where we have the entire, maybe a full stem with number of bunches of bananas on it. And that is offered to the Lord and then distributed to all the devotees as prasadam. I remember my grandmother, who also lived in Trichy, used to do this whenever her daughters delivered a child. So this interesting story came to my mind when I thought of Mother's Day and what a beautiful concept it is to think of the Supreme Being as a universal mother who takes care of our every need. We needn't even ask. She is there to protect us all the time. Even to this day, when you visit the temple, you can find the beautiful painting and description of this story all on the walls around the temple, and it shows Shiva disguised as an old woman with white hair and with a huge bundle which she wants to give to her daughter for her childbirth, and with a stick slowly walking across and attending to Ratnavati during her childbirth. There is another version of this story also which says that Shiva stayed along for about a week, tending to her, taking care of the newborn, because it took that much time for her real mother to come over and visit her. Whichever way, it doesn't matter. It only shows how the Lord immediately comes to help his devotees when in distress. A beautiful concept. And as mothers, as we grow older, we miss our children and their childhood pastimes too. And apart from whatever achievement, recognitions, awards, which I have been graced with along with the way, but one thing which I will always hold very close to my heart, which I would say is my most prized possession, I am sharing with you today. These are simple drawings which my children gave me when they were in school. Maybe more than 25-26 years old, but I have preserved them till date, and they are my most prized possessions. Of course, life has come a full circle, and today it is me, the mother, who is learning so much from my children. But it doesn't matter. This beautiful expression of love from the innocent children is something which I really cherish and treasure every day of my life. I would like to express my gratitude to God's grace that because of this YouTube channel, through Geeta's Kitchen, I have really benefited in two ways. One, I have found a few people who are older than me and who have accepted me as their daughter, and I am able to express my gratitude and look up to them as my mother. And of course, I have so many people all over the world who so lovingly and affectionately address me as Amma and shower their affection on me. Although I have not done anything for any of you, I am really very happy and very thankful for all the affection that you shower on us. May God keep all of you. Shared with you a few thoughts which crossed my mind this year on Mother's Day. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll meet again in another interesting episode from Geeta's Kitchen. Thank you.